and your Christmas to me, playing for you here on your G&T Breakfast Show. Lots of surprises this morning, lots of chances to win, and lots of smiles as well. And we're smiling because we're being joined once again by Reverend Sophie. Good morning.
Morning.
I have to say, Tom, you're looking very festive in that jumper.
Thank you very much. It's December.
It's putting me to shame, really, isn't it?
I know, and I'm looking a bit grim as well.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it could be forgiven for people thinking it might be a Christmas tree, I suppose.
That's
jumper,
true.
But that's about as festive as I've gotten so far.
Mind
you, I did actually put some makeup on, which a couple of days ago, which for me is a miracle. I had glitter and everything. Glitter.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. I don't really normally do makeup. You probably guessed that. And so for me to have makeup on, it was quite miraculous, really.
Well, we swapped places this morning, Reverend Sophie, because I said to Tom, have we got interviews today? I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh dear, I've got no makeup on. He said, oh, just leave it off.
You're beautiful as you are.
Leave it off.
He's got those funny glasses on again, yeah?
No, I haven't got them on. Full stop.
Oh, dear.
It's Grati-Tuesday, and that's why we're joined by Reverend Sophie again. It's lovely to have you here on a Tuesday. And Anne Aitchison is also with us. She's grateful for the love of my children and grandchildren this morning, which is lovely. And Denise as well. Denise, Gina has been in touch.
Yeah, she has. She said she is grateful for great friends that have helped her so much after a recent operation. So thank you very much, Denise. And there's another message in this morning as well, Tom.
Yes, Peter Krause has been in touch. Good morning, Gina, and everyone at PWR. You're all amazing. So, to say the least, I'm blushing. Season's greetings to you all. Thank you very much, Peter. The countdown has definitely begun. I'm grateful for a roof over my head and such an adorable family. I feel so much for those who are homeless at this time of year. If I had a magic wand, no one would be homeless anywhere in the world. Have a fantastic day. Putting into perspective this time of year as well on this Grati-Tuesday.
Yeah, and we've that magic wand thing, isn't it? I think we'd all love to be able to have that ability to wave a magic wand and solve all the world's problems. But unfortunately, we can't do that. So what we need to do is transform ourselves rather than trying to, and in transforming ourselves, it's kind of transforming the world, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think we'd all love to have a magic wand, wouldn't we? We would all like to have a magic wand, absolutely.
Definitely on occasions.
Yeah. I am it kind of helped, quite helpful actually, because that brings me around to what I was going to talk about today. So you know how last week we were talking about prophets, not profits. And then this week coming, I'm assuming that Father Neil is going to want to talk about John the Baptist on Sunday, because it's John the Baptist Sunday this coming Sunday. So I'm guessing he's going to, and John the Baptist was kind of a prophet himself, and he brought hope into a situation that was really, really sad, a difficult time. It was people were struggling, they were oppressed by the regime that they were living under. It was a really, really difficult time. And so that hope that John the Baptist brought was actually something will change in the future. Someone who is coming, who's going to change the way that we live and change. And of course, at the time, they all thought that the Messiah, whoever he or she may have been, it would definitely have been a he at that point. Couldn't possibly have a woman saving the world. Not then. But at that point in time, they were expecting someone, or hoping that someone would come and change the world in a very human way, i.e. with war and making things, trying to beat the bad guy and bring peace that way. Of course, we know that just doesn't work, because it doesn't matter how many wars we have, there's still no peace. So we know in our heads actually that's not the way that things that peace happens. But that's what they were expecting. And of course, Jesus came as a baby and changed the world and the way that they were thinking dramatically. And my prayer and this is my magic wand moment, but my prayer is that everybody in the world comes to know that there is a different way.
Yeah.
That there is a different way, and it's not through war. And I think that's really, really pertinent at this time when we're still seeing such horrendous acts happening in Israel and Gaza and in Ukraine and Russia. So that was my thought for the day. What I'm grateful for. Well, I'm grateful for home base.
Home base. Oh, come on then. I'm excited now.
Okay. Can I show you something? Is that okay?
Yeah, you can show us. Let's have a look. Oh, she's going. She's screeching back. She's picking it up. What? Whoa! Well, look at the size of this. So if you're not watching this,
it's a sleigh.
It's my sleigh. Do you like it?
Yes.
I love it.
It's got some snow to go on the top. It's got some snow to go on the top and various other bits and pieces. But that is so that I'm grateful for home base because they have this most amazing paint.
Yeah. It's very shimmery, isn't it?
Ultra shimmer. So I'm sure they've got it in other stores as well. I'm sure it's not just home based, just to be.
Yeah.
Get it anywhere. Anywhere.
So what's the sleigh for then? Can you tell us what you're going to use it for?
Well, I can. So in Cross Hands, we have a centre of mission in Cross Hands.
We've seen it.
So that we've got one in Centre of Mission in Merlin's Bridge and one in Cross Hands in Llanelli. Have you been there?
We saw it in the background with you. With you and Father Neil.
Yes.
And yes, so they are busy looking after lots and lots of people and bringing hope, which is what this time of the year is about. They're bringing hope to people who perhaps are struggling at this time of the year or need that little bit of extra support. And particular at the moment, they've got a Christmas tree with names of children on whose parents are probably not going to be able to afford to buy presents. So specific people that they know through the work that they've done, and people are donating presents so that they can. But anyway, one of the projects that they are doing is they are turning the whole of the Centre of Mission into Narnia.
Oh, exciting.
Part of my role as Children, Youth and Families Missioner is to help people who are doing any children, youth and families related work. And so I'm going down there today to help them continue with their putting together this Narnia experience. And part of that is the White Witch and her sleigh. You can sit there eating Turkish delights. And
fabulous.
So
do you have snow?
Do we have snow?
Yes.
We in the Centre of Mission, probably there will be snow. Yes.
We like snow. We do like snow. Controlled snow, though, we like.
Controlled snow, yeah. Lots of snow and lots of lovely people, playing different parts. So we've got one person playing the White Witch, and one person playing Mr. Tumnus, and one person playing Aslan, and all the different characters that. Quite helpfully, there's a pool table that we're turning into the stone. So I don't know if you know the story of The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. So there's a big stone and the stone cracks, and of course it's representative of the cross, and Aslan is representative of Jesus, and so on and so forth. So we're turning the pool table into the stone, although hopefully there won't be a crack in it.
No.
I was going to say, when you go to venues and there's a pool table, you have to use it in some way, don't you? Because there's no way of getting rid of it.
No. You just gotta walk around the pool table.
It's either for the DJ to go on, it's either to go into your with a big hole in it, or you're going to put your buffet on it as well.
It works quite well for a buffet. Yeah,
it does.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah,
put the cover over it. It's great. Oh, well, that sounds wonderful for those that are going to get to experience that with your wonderful input there as well, Sophie. And just going back to your thought as well, and we closer to home, changing that perspective on how we approach our own personal conflicts and maybe people around us and things like that. How we approach situations could actually determine a better outcome in certain circumstances as well. Yeah,
we often go straight for that angry mode, don't we? We go straight, which is of course what's happened in countries across the world, and when instead of coming to a situation with anger, come to a situation with peace. When someone upsets you and makes you angry, don't retaliate. Don't return that anger with anger, because actually that's not helpful to anybody. But instead, take a step back. And if you're not in the position where you feel that you can forgive that person, fine, that's okay. But take a step back and say, actually, I'm not going to get embroiled in this. I'm not going to get wrapped up in this anger, because that just escalates things. So instead, take a step back and take it upon yourself to, like I said, we can only change the world if we change ourselves. We can't change the world if we don't change where we are first. So in order to do that, we need to think really carefully about our actions and how we respond to people. And especially at this time of the year, there is so much sadness at this time of the year, as well as joy. That I think it's really important that we bear that in mind when we're dealing with people. Recognize that actually you don't necessarily know what's going on in a person's life. Why is this person angry? Why is this person acting in this way? And so take a step back and say, I don't understand why this person is doing this. It's making me cross, yes, but I'm not going to retaliate.
Yeah.
So,
Well, thank you very much. And you're going to be alive and kicking on Sunday morning, where you're probably going to talk about John the Baptist, you were saying. And also the next show after that will be Christmas Eve. So you're going to have a bumper edition of Alive and Kicking.
Very exciting bumper edition of Alive and Kicking. 2 hours of me and Father Neil and the craziness.
Amazing. Well, we'll look forward to that. Mark it off in your calendars. And if you want to listen back to that a little bit later on in the day as part of your Christmas Eve tradition or Christmas Day, then you can listen back at purewestradio.com, as you can with all of the latest shows from Alive and Kicking and everything else here on Pure West Radio as well. Just go to purewestradio.com/catch up. Reverend Sophie, thank you so much for your time here this morning. And,
you're welcome.
We better let you get back to your sleigh.
I'm going to get back to my sleigh. Go on the top.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. We do have a Christmas song on the way for you. We're also going to have some Eurythmics and some Jess Glynn. It's 9:20, only 10 minutes left to get involved with your What's in Santa's Sack this morning here on the Gina and Tom Breakfast Show on Pure West Radio. See you, Sophie.
Bye.
From childhood to adulthood, Orbis Education and Care ensures that